In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
17-115 Justin Wallace. Charged with fleeing.
Judge, I think the last time we were in court on this case, I informed the court that I believe there was an issue with speedy trial and perhaps a double jeopardy issue. I filed a motion to that effect. Mr. Bradford needs some more time to address those issues. However, I wanted Mr. Wallace to come over to see if the court would entertain reducing his bond down to a $5,000 surety bond. The posture of this case is a little bit convoluted, but the way I understand it is the charges were this case started in Missouri. He was on, I believe, 65 and ultimately ended up in Arkansas where he was arrested. And he was charged with fleeing and some form of tampering or theft in Missouri as it related to the case that ultimately ended up in charges here as well. So he had a fleeing and a case, that other charge out of Missouri, which he was placed on probation for that. But the original arrest on July 4th of last year occurred in Arkansas, and he was arrested by Arkansas authorities in Arkansas and held at the jail. At that point, there were some misdemeanor charges that were resolved as a result of this case out of Harrison. He was then released on those charges, went back to Missouri, and then they picked him up on the felony charges out of Missouri, which he's since resolved. And back in April of this year, there was a felony information filed for the fleeing and the theft by receiving of this pickup truck. And he's been in custody ever since they arrested him on the second time on these charges. They arrested him was it April when you got arrested, or when was it this year?
I got to Boone County in April, but I've been in Canyon County. I've been incarcerated over a year.
How long were you back in Missouri?
From when I left here?
Yeah, you're arrested down here,
yeah.
And at some point you were taken back to, wait, I should ask you. At
Yes.
some point he was taken back to Missouri, and wonder how long he was up there.
Yeah. So how long were you in custody there?
I got out here on July 7th
Right.
and went to Missouri.
Straight to Missouri.
Went to live with my dad.
Okay.
Then they picked me up August 23rd in Missouri.
August 23rd, Judge.
Okay.
And I've been incarcerated.
How long did you stay then in Missouri?
Since the April.
You came
That
back here in
correct?
April.
Yeah, I got here in April. So it's 8 months. I sat in Kane County.
But I think that as far as, and we can argue this later, but as
Yeah.
far as the speedy trial issue goes, I think the issue is going to be the fact that, the felony information wasn't filed here until April, even though he was arrested back in July of last year. But today I just wanted to see if we could address the bond. Judge, his folks are here. They live in Hollister, Missouri. That's where he would be staying, and he is, again, on probation. Would have to be following the terms and conditions of the probation there.
Well, I don't know anything about his background to speak of. What's the state's position if you have one right now?
Well, Judge, I just got this motion. He is on probation for the offenses that occurred in Missouri. I'm not even sure what his bond is currently set at.
25, I believe.
25. Judge, I'm going to need some time to take a look at the issues raised by the defense. At this time, I'm not going to take a position on the bond.
Okay.
I'm just now getting this motion. I need time to look at this.
Okay. Well, I'm not saying I won't reduce his bond, but I'd like for them to respond, and then maybe I can look at the file further and we'll do what we need to. So I'd rather not rule right now, but if you keep if I haven't ruled by Monday or Tuesday, remind me, and we'll do what we need to do.
Yes, sir.
Are you his parents? Okay, and you live in Hollister?
Yes.
And should he bond, would he be living with you?
Yes.
That's fine.
I'd like to mention Justin getting arrested in August of last year was due to charges that was filed in this incident after we bonded him out.
The judge knows that. He knows that.
All right, well, I guess I'm saying I'll take your motion under advisement, and we'll try to get a ruling one way or the other.
Yes, sir. Again, Judge, I'm not trying to put Mr. Bradford on the spot. The only thing we're asking for today is the bond issue. We're not trying to argue the merits of the
Okay.
motion. So,
Well,
Judge, I feel like right now the only change in circumstances that would occur is if there was merit to the defense motion. And I would like an opportunity to respond to the defense motion before the court entertains any change in bond.
that'd be fine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you, Judge.
Anthony Smith, 15-235, 16-214. One is a revocation, the other a drug case.
Yeah. I don't know why his effective court should have them. Here's the question, though, Dan. Do we know the HRA got a copy of that order?
I don't know that for sure. Judge, Mr. Smith has been in custody for some time, and I think between the last 6 to 8 weeks, had requested that he be screened for drug court and was screened for drug court. However, there was some issues about the mental health side of it, and we were asking that he be screened by HRA. I think the court entered an order to that effect, but that screening has not occurred yet.
I don't recall when I entered the order, but is that something we can check on, see if we get moving?
Yeah, Judge, I think we need to check and just make sure that HRA actually received a copy of the order.
Okay. Well, if it's possible for him to get into drug court, then obviously, it goes without saying, needs to be in there as soon as possible. So if you'd check on that, if you
We could have him reappear on the 8th.
can. Okay.
To see if just to make sure. Dan, can your office check with HRA
Yeah.
and make sure they got a copy of that order? I'm assuming since he's in jail, it wouldn't take long for them to go out and screen him, get a report.
Okay, I'll do that.
Well, if everything flies, you can always take him before Judge Webb next week and get him into drug court if that's what needs to happen.
All right. Thank you, Judge. About bond? Bond? On that, Judge.
Dominic Bruns. Was it, how do you, Burns?
I think it's Bruns.
Bruns? That sounds better. Bruns. 17-63.
Your Honor, with approval of the victim's family, the state will at this time move to amend the charge to sexual assault second degree pursuant to the terms of the plea agreement.
Mr. Bruns, I'm looking at a police statement and some conditions here. Have you gone over these documents?
Yes, sir.
You've signed them, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Do you feel you understand what's set out in the documents?
Yes.
You're now charged with sexual assault in the second degree.
Yes,
You understand that charge and the range of penalties?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty to that?
I would like to plead no contest.
Okay. Does that matter to you?
Hold on a second.
Purposes of today, anything, I don't think there's no civil liability. So no contest would be any different than a guilty plea. Okay? No contest is simply saying if we had a trial in this matter, we believe that the state could put on proof that could justify the elements of the offense. Okay?
Right.
So the agreement was a guilty plea. Okay?
All right. I would plead guilty.
Okay. But entering your plea of guilty, give up your right to have a trial and you cannot appeal. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Are you entering your plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Have you been promised anything other than this recommendation as to your sentence?
No, sir.
You've been pressured or threatened to get you to change your plea?
No, sir.
Okay. Are you guilty of this?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm sorry I don't have what sexual assault?
Yes, sir.
How?
Your Honor, the time frame alleged in the information is during the time period within which the victim would have been 13 years of age. But between April 25th of 2013 and April 24th of 2014, sometime during that time period, the defendant engaged in sexual contact with a girl who was 13 years of age at the time.
Okay. Is this true? You're shaking your head yes.
Yes.
This time, sir, I accept your plea and judge you guilty. You'll be sentenced to 3 years in the Arkansas Department of Corrections, followed by a 2-year suspended deposition of sentence. You pay $200 in cost, a $500 fine, a DNA fee of $250, a registration fee of $250, $20 booking fee, Act 1220 fee of $25. Be given credit for jail time.
177 days.
Yes, 177, yes, sir. Pay what you owe at a minimum rate of $100 per month beginning within 60 days after your release from incarceration, and you make your payments to the Sheriff's Department here in Boone County.
Yes, sir.
Judge, I've explained to Mr. Bruns the parole issues in this case, that he may be subject to no parole based on the charge in a prior offense. And he indicated he understood that.
Okay.
And
You're right. Good luck.
All right. Thank you, sir.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of a community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There is one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a crucial commitment to their community because just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud. Harrison has a Health Mart now. Sam Alexander Pharmacy, on the square in downtown Harrison. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Join Sammy Klein Thursdays and Fridays during the TKO8 local newscast for this week's closing livestock market report, made possible by Quality Feed Grains of Harrison and Bellefonte. Quality Feed Grains has you covered. Everything for cattle, pets, deer, equine, poultry, seed and spray, show feed, and garden. Check their website, qualityfeedgrains.com, now for this month's special. Quality Feed Grains of Harrison and Bellefonte, proud sponsors of the Livestock Report with Sammy Klein on Harrison's broadcast station TKO Channel 8.
Summer is here, and Sisters Flower and Gift Shop has recently received a large selection of new and unique items, from colorful tableware, centerpieces, wall decor, home accent, Razorback products, and a baby department with clothes and accessories. Sisters has the perfect gift for any occasion. For the future bride and groom, Sisters offers a complete bridal registry. Birthday, wedding, anniversary, or just because. Sisters has something for everyone. Sisters Flower and Gift Shop. We are so much more than flowers.
Ah, sweet Louise, do you dream of Hercules? To be the best dressed boy in town, where you sure are something, the best there ever was.
The new Sport Heritage line.
Well, it won't mean nothing unless I try my luck and bring her out to you, Louise.
Only from Yamaha.
My name is Deborah. I work at Dental Creations on the Square in Harrison. Not only do I work at the front desk, but I'm also a dental assistant. So I'm seeing you from the beginning, throughout the whole process, and even at the end of the process. We're happy to help in any way we possibly can, and I think that sets us apart from most offices. We don't just hustle you through here just to make a dollar. We're here for you, and we want to do the best we can for you.
Dental Creations on the Square in Harrison, next to the Big Red Boot.
Justin Hurd Willett, 15-203.
Judge, I think we're set for a hearing today in this case, and we would ask to pass this to September the 8th. There's been some new information from Ms. Masters, who is the alleged victim in the underlying case that the revocation's based on. And I think she's talked to me, I think she's talked to a representative of the prosecutor's office and indicated she did not want to go forward on charges that were filed. They were misdemeanor charges, so I guess we're going to ask to pass it to that date to see what does transpire with the underlying charges. And Mr. Bradford's indicated if those are dismissed and he gets proof of that, then this revocation case will be dismissed.
And I misspoke on that. I was under the impression that this was the only basis for the revocation, but it's not. There's also an allegation of failure to report, failure to pay supervision fees, and there's another set of misdemeanor offenses that occurred about 2 months after the battery charge. So we'll still have to address those.
Okay. That's fine.
Do you have any objection to continuing it to September 8th?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, that's when it'll be. Hearing will be continued to September 8th on defense motion.
Judge, would you set a $2,500 surety in this? I think, if I'm not mistaken, the other charges are some are traffic offenses that no insurance, no proof of insurance, driving on suspended DL, careless driving, leaving the scene, failure to report, accident, misdemeanor, failure to appear, are the allegations from June the 6th.
Judge, I don't have a problem with there being a bond set, but I know the court sometimes does set bonds that are a combination of cash and professional surety. I noticed in the petition to revoke that Mr. Willett is in arrears about $210 on his supervision fees. I think it'd be a good idea if that amount was in cash to get that caught up.
That would be fine, Judge, if the court wants
Okay.
that.
What is what?
210.
210 cash plus a $2,000 surety bond.
Thank you, Judge.
State versus Travis Baskin, 15-115. First appearance on a revocation. Morning, sir. Have you got a lawyer?
Yeah, hello, Junior.
Okay. I think is it correct? He's appearing for arraignment on revocation.
That is correct, Your Honor, and he may be on concurrent probation in several cases.
All right.
There's a 2015-115. Okay.
Well, we don't have the the list up here. Somebody's ripped the list off again. No, we need the court dates.
Judge, it looks like he pled to concurrent probation in 4 cases. 3 of them were in front of Judge Webb, but 1 was in front of you.
Okay. We'll have a revocation hearing on September 8th.
No.
Thank you, sir. You may stand aside. State versus Amy Brown, 16-315. It's a revocation appearing for attorney status. Ma'am, do you have a lawyer?
Applied for the public defender.
Okay. You got that application?
Judge, I think we've already been appointed on this case. And
Okay.
We'll take it.
We'll enter a plea of not true if we haven't already and set the revocation hearing for September 8th, 9:30 or soon thereafter as we can get to it. That's all we can do right now. Thank you. 17-45, I'm sorry, back up. 17-225, State versus Mark Canterbury, commercial burglary, reappearing for attorney status. Morning, sir. Have you got a lawyer yet?
Yes, sir. Hancock.
Okay. I guess we probably already issued a scheduling order. We'll just leave that in place. If we haven't, we'll issue one. Okay, you may stand aside. Thank you so much. 16-22, 157, 207, 209, 211, Corrine Cochran. Good morning.
Good morning.
You have a lawyer, ma'am?
I believe, okay, my lawyer put in, he said he filed a motion to be relieved as counsel, but he said that he didn't know if you guys had ruled on that motion yet, and that was the last I heard from him was yesterday.
Who is your lawyer?
Cody Dowden. So I did reapply for the public defender, so I don't honestly know what they think. I don't know if you guys have ruled on that motion or not.
Did he enter his appearance?
Yes.
Which I believe he did.
Well, we'll get him on the telephone. We'll call your case later, ma'am. Haley Triplett, 17-236. It's a drug case. She in jail?
No, Your Honor.
Come forward, ma'am.
Approach, Your Honor.
Yes. Must be appearing for arraignment, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
How did she plead?
Not guilty, Judge. Waive reading.
Okay. Appear on September 1st at 8:30 before Judge Webb, okay?
Okay.
You're free to go. Timothy Gallagher, 17-127, rape. Good morning. Good morning.
Your Honor, Mr. Gallagher's case is set for trial in September. Mr. Downham is going to make a counteroffer in the case. I'll discuss that with the victim's family to see if that's acceptable or not, but right now we're still set for trial in September.
Okay.
If we've got a pretrial before that, if you want to put it on that docket, I don't know what, or not, or just another reappearance date.
September 8th would be the one before our trial.
Very well.
Thank you, Judge.
That's all we can do today, sir. Thank you. Brandon Hale, 13-27. It's a review on a revocation. His attorney status also. Who represents you, Mr. Hale?
Operating for public defender.
Okay.
Judge, apparently the application was submitted to Judge Webb,
Okay.
and
That may have been in his new case, his 2017-190. It may have been submitted for review by Public Defender's Office for that case.
What's the status of this? It says a review. Has he been?
Judge, he appeared before the court from jail on August 11th and indicated that he was hiring an attorney, and you ordered him to appear for arraignment or first appearance today. So I guess basically check on attorney status as well.
Where are we at on time? Can you tell?
Judge, let me see. He was served with the revocation warrant on August 4th.
Okay. So we're okay.
We've got some time, and since it is based on an allegation of a new charge, I was going to propose September 22nd for a hearing date.
Very well. I'll have you appear on September 8th for attorney status. We'll have a hearing on September 22nd. Okay. Well, thank you. You may stand aside.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Summer is here, and Sisters Flower and Gift Shop has recently received a large selection of new and unique items, from colorful tableware, centerpieces, wall decor, home accent, razorback products, and a baby department with clothes and accessories. Sisters has the perfect gift for any occasion. For the future bride and groom, Sisters offers a complete bridal registry, birthday, wedding, anniversary, or just because. Sisters has something for everyone. Sisters Flower and Gift Shop. We are so much more than flowers.
You know, we should always remember to have a working smoke detector where we sleep. Let's go, let's go. Okay, we're all safe, we're all safe. In an emergency, you need a meeting place outside the whole family can meet, so that you know everyone is safe.
Justin Willett, 15-203, to revocation, also attorney status.
Good morning.
Good morning. Do you have a lawyer, sir?
Yes, I do. I've been appointed by the court for Dan Hancock.
Okay.
Judge, if we can have him transported over.
We're going to transport you to the courthouse, okay?
All right, thank you so much.
State versus Jeremy Kupskis, 17-214, domestic battery in the 3rd degree. It's like an arraignment. Good morning. Sir, do you have a lawyer?
No, sir.
Are you going to hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender's office?
I would like to get an application for a public defender.
Okay. There's an application at the jail. Haven't asked for one. Fill it out, turn it in as soon as you can. And in your case, it's before another judge, Judge Gordon Webb. And I want to have you appear on September 1st at 8:30 for attorney status and arraignment. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. It's on you. Jesse McElroy, 17-237, firearms case. 17-223, a drug case. Good morning. Sir, do you have a lawyer?
Yes, I was appointed on the drug case to Dan Hancock.
Okay. Does he need to fill out another application? He does? Okay. For purposes of arraignment, would you represent him?
I will.
You'll need to fill out another application on the second case you have. And let's see. On possession of firearms by certain persons, I assume he's going to enter a plea of not guilty. Is
Yes,
that
sir.
correct?
Waive reading.
We'll send out a scheduling order. And for his drug case, he needs to fill out an application, turn it in, a second application. And there's a pretrial in that case on October 6th. But I'll have you come back on September
You'll get appointed.
Sure.
September 8th at 9:30, or as soon as we get to it for the attorney status. Should just be a routine thing. Just fill out another application, okay?
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. McElroy, come back. Have him come back up here.
Yes.
Do you have a bond in both of these cases?
Do I have a what?
Do you have a bond set in both of these cases?
I'm already currently on bond on the drug case, but I've got a $50,000 bond on the gun case.
Okay. Do you live here in Boone County?
Yes, sir.
Judge, we'd ask the court to reduce the gun case down to a $10,000 surety bond.
Are you working anywhere, sir?
Yeah, as soon as I get out, I'm catching and loading chickens for Tyson's.
All right. Where you be living at?
My mom's house.
Where does she live at?
It's on Hickory Street, like 5 blocks from the parole office.
Okay. What says the state?
Well, Judge, the concern the state has is that it appeared that he was out on bond in the first case when he picked up the charge in the second case. And the bond he was on, the first one was $7,500. Judge, I'm going to request a $15,000 bond on the second case.
I'll set the bond at $15,000, but you got to comply with the regulations, sir. If you get picked up again, you may just sit there, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
State versus Anthony Robinson, 17-117, a drug case.
Your Honor, Erwin Davis represents the defendant. I spoke with Mr. Davis on the phone yesterday. It was my understanding he was going to go out to the jail and visit with Mr. Robinson and probably ask that he be transported over for an appearance today. But I haven't seen Mr. Davis yet in court.
It's a little early. We'll just transport him over. Anthony Smith, 15-235, 16-240. Yes, sir.
Sorry, Your Honor. He'll need to be transported.
Okay, Mr. Smith, we're going to bring you to the courthouse, all right?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Trent Stevenson, 17-231. It's a drug case.
Approach, Your Honor.
Good morning. Yes. Good morning. Let's see. Looks like I've appointed the public defender's office to represent you, sir. You're appearing for an arraignment. We'll go ahead and enter a plea of not guilty in your case. And your next appearance will be for a pre-trial. When would it be up? Uni October?
November 17th.
November 17th. On November 17th at 9:30. Anything else?
Mr. Stevenson, is this the only case you're being held on?
Yes, sir. I'm doing a 90-day PV for a parole.
Okay.
I signed on that through Carroll County with a home plan at Harold's House, which is a program in Green Forest.
Okay. Well, when you get done with that, we may readdress the bond issue, okay? But right now, we'll just leave it where it's at, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
You may stand aside. Thank you. Randy Stokes. Pardon me. Randy Stokes, 17-203, possession of a defaced firearm. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Do you have a lawyer, sir?
I've tried to talk to Mr. Nichols. I don't really have any funds on my books or anyone to get me there, so
Okay.
I don't have any representative.
All right. You think you may make application to the public defender's office?
Well, I'd like to hire Mr. Nichols, and I just gotta, I have the money to pay a lawyer. And
Okay, I misunderstood. That's fine. Okay. You understand the charge against you?
yes, sir, I do. And I take
Okay.
it very seriously. I just want to let you know that the firearm was never defaced.
Okay, let's not get into that. You need to talk with your lawyer about that. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty, but have you reappear for attorney status on September 8th at 9:30. Okay. Okay. Well, that's all we can do right now. Thank you, sir.
Do I have any bond at all?
Well, I bet you do.
Judge, he did, but he failed to appear. At least according to the 8.1 form that I have from Judge Kirkpatrick.
When was he supposed to appear?
I was supposed to appear on the 4th.
Okay.
There was a penmanship error where it looked like a 9, and I showed up. I was actually arrested in your courtroom the 18th. I showed up to court for the 18th, and I was taken in then. I had a warrant served on me.
Where do you live at, sir?
I live on Sulphur Mountain Road.
All right.
2300 Sulphur Mountain Road.
Do you know if he has any priors?
Judge, we're not alleging habitual offender in the information.
Did you make a bond of some kind?
I would be able to.
Did you make a bond? How'd you get out when you were arrested? Did they take you to jail?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I did. I bonded out.
With a bondsman?
Yes, John Waters. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, if the bondsman's willing to stay on your bond, you put something in the file to that effect, I'd allow you to be released.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Now, let's see here. You remember when you're coming back?
Let's see here, September 8th.
9:30, okay.
Yes, sir, I'll be there.
All right. See you then. Thanks a lot.
Summer is here, and Sisters Flower and Gift Shop has recently received a large selection of new and unique items, from colorful tableware, centerpieces, wall decor, home accent, razorback products, and a baby department with clothes and accessories. Sisters has the perfect gift for any occasion. For the future bride and groom, Sisters offers a complete bridal registry, birthday, wedding, anniversary, or just because. Sisters has something for everyone. Sisters Flower and Gift Shop. We are so much more than flowers.
The Townhouse Cafe in downtown Harrison is offering a great reason to wake up on Saturday mornings. Their incredible brunch. Starting at 7 a.m., you can enjoy all of your traditional breakfast favorites or some of these decadent dishes. Eggs Benedict, featuring an English muffin topped with ham, 2 eggs, made any way you like, and topped with fresh-made hollandaise sauce. Plus, you'll also get your choice of hash browns or home fries. Perhaps something even more delectable. Townhouse Cafe's fabulous U.S. farm-raised butterfly trout, grilled with a drizzle of hollandaise sauce, 2 eggs any way you like, hash browns or home fries, and either a biscuit or toast on the side. Absolutely delicious. Saturday brunch at the Townhouse Cafe in downtown Harrison.
16146. It's like a revocation. It says review. Good morning. Do you represent Mr. Wolfen? What's the status of this?
Judge, I'm looking at the sentencing order, and Judge Webb signed it. It was a failure to appear on July 7th, and he was served with that warrant and given today's date to appear.
Okay.
But it is a Judge Webb rabbit hole.
So he needs to be scheduled to appear before Judge Webb?
Yes, sir, next Friday.
It's Mr. Gibson's client, Judge.
All right, what are these charges?
I'm sorry, repeat that, sir.
What are these charges, sir?
I'm told that you failed to appear at a scheduled court date and they issued a warrant for you. Okay, but anyway, you're before Judge Webb, or going to be, should be before him. So I'm going to have you appear on September 1st at 8:30 a.m. And Mr. Gibson, do you represent him?
I guess so, Judge, but if he FTA'd on the first go-around, I wouldn't have met him yet.
Okay.
Looks like he may have dismissed
Is
the
that-
arraignment.
Is that for missing my probation date on the 7th?
Was a petition to revoke filed?
Yes, that's what this is, Your Honor.
I'm told that there was a petition to revoke your probation filed. Was that served on you?
No, sir.
Do you have evidence it was served on you?
Judge, I have a served warrant, served June 23rd.
It's served by a law enforcement officer from the...
Jimmy Saylor from the Harrison Police Department.
Okay. Officer Saylor didn't serve you with a warrant?
No, I have no paperwork whatsoever.
Well, maybe a case of mistaken identity. But at any rate, Mr.
I'll get down with it.
Okay, Mr. Gibbs is going to check into it, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Noel Scott, 11-245, revocation, first appearance. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Do you have a lawyer?
Not right now. I can hire one if I can get out to get to my paycheck, or if I can have a bond of some sort.
Okay. Let's see. There's a note here that says that she was originally arrested on May 27th. I'm not sure if that's on the revocation. What I'm inquiring about is the time.
Yeah, Judge, my notes in this file indicate that she had a first appearance back in September of last year, and then in June there was a non-appearance. I'm assuming there was a failure to appear issued on her. In fact, it looks like it was August 3rd. I'm not sure why we have a delay between the July and the August. Yeah, I'd have to go back and look, Judge, but this potentially has a very short fuse. We probably need to set it for September 8th.
All right. And you say you're going to hire a lawyer?
If I can get out to where I can
Isn't she the
be able to talk to one.
Okay. I bet if you got money, they'd come talk to you. They'll let you use the telephone out there to call somebody. Why don't you do that?
I have a job.
Okay.
Yours, Honor.
We'll have a trial or a revocation hearing on September 8th at 9:30 as soon thereafter as we can get to it. All right. Well, thank you. She's in jail. 17-13 out of Newton County. Carrie Etheridge. Hello.
Hi.
You followed me around this week.
I am.
Yeah.
Keep seeing each other.
Yeah.
Judge, can we recall this?
Yes.
Appreciate that.
We'll call your case later.
Okay.
Tiffany Austin, 17-74.
Judge, I believe there was a screening for drug court, is that correct? Or there was an issue of her living in Independence County and whether or not that would be an issue with drug court.
Right. Did you get screened for a drug court somewhere?
No, sir, not yet.
Okay, not yet. All right. Is that? Go ahead. I'm sorry, sir.
Can we reset are we here for a pretrial or what are we here for?
Let's plea deadline. I can extend that if
Would you put it on for the 8th?
I can, September 8th. Maybe work something out. Deadline extended to September 8th.
Thank you, Judge.
Stay in contact with your lawyer. I think he's going to need to talk to you. 17-227, James Owens. And 04-399, Mr. Owens.
Yes, Your Honor.
Represented by Nathan Lewis.
I believe today we had a revocation hearing set.
Okay.
And this may be his first appearance, technically on his new charges. And Mr. Bradford and I had talked about continuing the revocation hearing to the pretrial date for the new charges.
All right.
I think the defense is trying to gather some documentation to provide to the state that may make a difference in the
That's correct, Your Honor.
resolution of the matter.
And so we'll take the time to continuance and waive the 60-day requirement.
Okay. So when do you know when his next appearance is?
Judge, I'm looking for a scheduling order.
There has not been one issued in this case, as far as we can tell.
Okay.
Has Mr. Owens been arraigned yet?
I don't think he has.
I think we're here for arraignment, Judge.
That's why we haven't had a scheduling order issued. So is he entering a plea of not guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. In 17-217, he enters a plea of not guilty. In 04-399, the state or defendant rather is moving to continue the matter and waiving the 60-day hearing requirement. So we'll schedule the hearing on the revocation alongside the pretrial in the new case of 17-217. And Mune, when would that be?
His pre-trial would be November 17th.
November what now?
17th.
17th. Is that agreeable?
That's fine, Your Honor.
9:30.
Yes.
All right. All right. Anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
William Bryant, 17-165 and 15-19.
He's at the ABC.
He's ABC.
Judge,
okay.
we believe we may have his cases resolved. We're going to transport him for September 8th.
Okay. He'll appear in both cases on September 8th. John Bryson, 16-263. Morning.
Morning, yeah.
Judge, Mr. Bryson's here for a plea deadline.
Okay.
I think we're close to a resolution. The state did amend the information earlier this week. If we could have him come back, he's set for trial, I believe, the 15th. Is that your?
It says 13 on this paper. I don't know.
That's whatever it says on there is what it is. If we could have him come back on the 8th for one last week to extend the plea deadline, and I could review the new charge with him.
Plea deadline extended till September 8th, 9:30. Mr. Gibson will need to talk with you at some point. He'll advise you that. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Come in and see me.
Richard Burrell, 17-221, it's a drug case, and also has 17-11 burglary.
Your Honor, I will enter my appearance for Mr. Burrell on the drug case. He was arraigned last week in front of Judge Webb. As the court notes, the burglary case is set for trial on the 13th. The state and I have come to an agreement to resolve both of these cases, but it will necessitate coming back on the 22nd, so I will send a formal motion in order to continue the trial date. If we can come back on the 22nd, we can wrap both cases up on that day.
So there's a motion.
Very well. Your Honor, that's all I have. May I be excused?
Yes,
Thank
James Butler, 17-171, domestic battery. Morning.
Very good.
Mr. Hancock represents you, doesn't he? He's okay. Guess just a pre-trial if there's anything to address in that regard.
No, sir. No, Judge, I believe discovery is complete. Offer's been made. State's filed its motion for discovery, so I think we're good to go for plea deadline.
Okay. Sir, just stay in contact with your lawyer's office.
By phone, but my phone is out of, it went in pay-as-you-go deal.
Yeah.
And to my understanding, they are in Little Rock instead of Harrison area.
Well, there's an office here.
Yes, sir. But the secretary says that they're always in Little Rock.
Well, he's here today.
Well,
There he stands.
yes,
Just, yeah. No, they can work out a time to visit with you. So just, you want him to check in for an appointment with?
Yes, sir. That's
Okay,
fine.
this lady right here, that lady right there,
Yes.
she can help you. Just go right over there. She'll give you a date or tell you when to contact. Okay. Brianna Byers, revocations and pretrials. 14-113, 15-31, 17-100.
Judge, there's nothing to be done
Okay.
in these cases. I think Mr. Gibson is representing her in the new case.
Judge, on the new charge, there's an envelope that's still outstanding. That's kind of the crux of the case, or whether she mailed the items to the jail or not. That hadn't been.
Is that,
I
interrupted you, I apologize.
I'm long-winded.
Not too bad. Is that the basis of the revocation?
The revo is based, at least in part, on the new charges, Judge.
Well, I guess we'll just see if the time runs. You may set her appear at another time?
Her pre-deadline in her active cases to October 6th.
October 6th, okay. I'll have her appear on September, you think September 8th is enough time, or September 22nd?
If we'll go with the 22nd.
Okay, September 22nd, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Thank you.
Has there been a waiver of 60 days on the revo?
There is. We'll waive it.
Okay.
Ah, sweet Louise, do you dream of Hercules? He'll be the best dressed boy in town, where you sure are something, the best there ever was.
The new Sport Heritage line.
Well, it won't mean nothing unless I try my luck and bring her out to you, Louise.
Only from Yamaha.
Campbell, 17-187. It's a drug case. Morning. So you appear for attorney status.
Last Monday, I had to go in for emergency surgery.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I had a hernia rupture.
Well, I don't even know what it is, but
But all the money I had saved up, I had to pay for that. So now I'm in the process of working backwards to get, Johnny Nichols is working with me to get it all finished.
okay. Well,
He's aware of what had happened. I was in there for a week.
okay. Why are you incarcerated now?
When Grady pulled me over, the ticket was on July 8th. Well, he postponed it to October. I have the ticket.
Okay. Failure to appear. Okay. In a district court? Okay. At a district court. Okay. I'm going to have you come back on September 8th.
Okay.
At 9:30 for attorney status again.
Okay. I should have everything done by
All
then.
right. Well, that'd be fine.
So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cody Cochran, 17-167. Okay, yes he does. 17-164. Let's see, looks like pre-trials on both. We have a drug case and a firearms case.
Judge, in 2017-167, we are still waiting on the crime lab report.
All right.
Evidence was submitted on July 7th, so it's been there for a little over a month. As far as I know, discovery is complete in 2017-164.
Okay. So I guess you're kind of waiting around to get all the evidence before you try to make a...
I think our plan was to try to do a wrap-up plea agreement, Judge, and we're just waiting on a lab report in 167.
Mr. Hancock, can we just leave it as scheduled, sir? And if
Yes, Your Honor.
you need more time, we'll address it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just stay in contact with your lawyer's office, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Judge, our plea deadline in 167 is October 6th, so hopefully we'll have a lab report by then.
All right. 17-242, James Graham. Morning.
Good morning.
Do you have a lawyer, sir?
No, sir.
Are you going to hire a lawyer or make application to public defender?
I haven't planned to.
You don't plan to do either one?
I haven't planned to yet, no, sir.
Okay. Let's see. What is the charge? Theft of property?
Theft of property and fraudulent use of a debit or credit card.
Okay, what class of?
Theft is a D felony. The fraudulent use is an A misdemeanor.
Okay. This potentially carries a penitentiary sentence, so you would do well to have a lawyer.
Okay. I can fill out for the public defender's office.
I think I would. Why don't you just get an application filled out and I'll call your case later.
Okay,
We'll
thank
see.
you.
Joshua McEnany, 17-209, drug case. Let's see, I think he's here for an arraignment. Does he enter a plea of not guilty?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll enter that plea of not guilty. Sir, we'll have a pretrial hearing in your case if necessary on November 17th at 9:30. November 17th at 9:30. You need to visit with your lawyer at some point.
Thanks, sir.
Yes, sir.
May I have just a second? Judge?
Sure.
Can work on the case. Judge, Mr. McEnany indicates that Mr. Etheridge has represented him and his wife previously.
Okay.
I don't know necessarily that it is a conflict, but I would think that that office would have some information that may create a conflict in that I think it was a criminal case
Okay.
that he represented him in.
Well, in theory, I guess that's true. I will schedule you to reappear here on September 8th at 9:30, and Mr. Bradford can speak to Mr. Etheridge. Yes, they need
I
to
believe
have.
Mr. Etheridge is going to be over here today. So
Okay.
we'll talk about it.
We need to bring in a special prosecutor, or they will. I won't. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Hamilton Berger takes on MeTV's #1 attorney, Perry Mason.
Any objection, Mr. Berger?
I object.
Objection.
I object.
Overruled.
Will Hamilton Berger ever beat Perry Mason?